Hello and welcome back, everyone, to our October month, our spooky month, our scary, terrifying, horror, blood and guts filled extravaganza of terror. I am happy to announce Ron finally was able to leave his house. He was very, very scared after his viewing of the Boogans, which is why he missed last week. But luckily, he's pulled through. He's gathered the courage and he watched Misery, and we did have to talk him into finishing the movie a couple times, but here we are. Hi, and welcome back to Half a Clue Movie Review. I'm Blake.
I'm Ron.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Miles.
It is Jason's pick this week, finally. I'm surprised we finally gave it to him. I wanted Ron to go first, but that's
Been
okay.
6 months. 6 months.
No way, is it really?
Well, more than that, since a movie we watched that I picked.
Wow.
What was your last pick?
Well, it was Sunshine, and then we all know what happened.
No, but before that, your last real pick.
I couldn't fucking tell you. I have no idea.
You should pick bangers like Ron. His last pick was the Shaggy DA. Okay, this is the kind of cinema.
Oh my God, that was really my last pick.
No,
This
wasn't your last pick.
This is the kind of cinema we like to discuss. But anyways, it's Jason's week, I guess. What do you want to talk about?
Misery.
The Green Day song?
Yeah, I want to talk about that one song for about an hour.
I'm down. Let's do it.
I thought that was a cover up until about a week ago for some reason. Unrelated to us watching the movie Misery, but I was listening to that song. It's like one of my favorite songs by Green Day. And I always thought it was a cover, so I Googled it. And I was like, who's the original songwriter? And it turns out Green Day is the original songwriter. So
Wow.
There is another cover on that album, though. You may have just
that's
got that
probably
mixed up.
that's probably what it is. Why'd you want to talk about Misery, Jason?
For I don't know. I think there's a theme to the picks that I choose for this podcast. And it's just a movie that I haven't seen in a while that I used to really like. And this is one of those movies. I remember watching this as a kid with my mom and my sister and loving it. And I thought it would hold up, so I picked it for Spooky Month.
Cool.
Nice.
Ron, do you have the history?
Oh yeah. Let's go. Yeah, today we are talking about Misery, the
Green Day song.
1990s or 1990 psychological thriller focusing on fandom and human obsession. Directed by Rob Reiner, which, if you are familiar with his other works from the 80s, this may seem like a surprise. Before Misery, Reiner was known for comedies and
Spinal Tap.
feel-good classics like This is Spinal Tap, Stand By Me, When Harry Met Sally, and of course The Princess Bride. So for him to pivot into psychological horror was unexpected, to say the least.
I was shocked, I tell you.
So starring James Caan as novelist Paul Sheldon, a famous author of a popular book series titled Misery, and Kathy Bates as Annie Wilkes, who is his self-proclaimed #1 fan. When the film hit theaters in November of 1990, it was both critical and a commercial success. Misery made about $61 million worldwide on a budget of around $20 million. So pretty good. It also came at an interesting time for horror. The late 80s had been dominated by slashers and like a lot of gore fest and monster creature features and stuff. Like Friday
Like the
13th, like the Boogans, yeah,
Boogans,
Nightmare on Elm
Halloween.
Street. So it's funny. This is like on the tail end of like movies like that. Where their audiences were pretty tapped out. So this movie kind of offered something new, a different kind of horror film that was a little more subdued, intimate, and unsettling. It stood alongside early 90s thrillers like Jacob's Ladder and Silence of the Lambs, which was released the following year.
Which one?
Silence of the Lambs. Jacob's Ladder came out also in 1990.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it just kind of showed that these new wave of horror films could be a little more character driven, kind of going back to like
More mature.
yeah, kind of like late 60s horror, like maybe early like 70s before, slashers really took over. So we're going to dig into what makes Misery such an enduring classic, from its themes of fandom and creative control and its unforgettable performances, and to why it still hits like a sledgehammer to the ankles more than 3 decades later.
I think that hurt.
I don't think so. you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
James Caan's a man, dude.
Exactly.
it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Exactly. No one can take a sledgehammer like James Caan.
They actually did that take, and they did it multiple times for real because they just wanted to make sure they got the shot right.
His ankles just wouldn't break.
Yeah, they just kept just like going out and like, fuck, dude.
Rob Reiner was just mad that he kept on using his legs by accident while he was acting, and he was like, "No, we got to do this for real now."
So you guys want to break down the plot really quick? Just real before
Really
we
quick?
dive into it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So if it's been a while since you've seen it or you're just watching it now, it's fine. The story follows Paul Sheldon, best-selling novelist who crashes his car in a snowstorm while driving in Colorado after finishing his new book. He's rescued by Annie Wilkins, a former nurse. At first, she seems like his savior. She takes him to a remote home to recover, but things start to turn dark when Annie discovers that Paul has killed off her favorite character in her new book.
Misery.
In his new book, yeah. Which gradually and quickly turns this sweet recovery story into suddenly a much darker turn. Annie forces Paul to rewrite the story in a way that she wants it, keeping him trapped in her house and under her control. And it only gets more disturbing as it goes on. So, initial impressions, guys, have,
It was very good.
Thanks.
Wow.
You really quick before I forget this thought forever. You know what this movie kind of reminded me of weirdly?
What?
A Man Escaped.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Like there was a lot of, I don't know, it just reminded me a lot of that with those like quick shots of him trying to, get the
Unlock
door
door and
open with like
stuff.
the hair clip or him like just like, it's a movie where everything's very difficult, right? Because he's got his broken legs and he's in a wheelchair. So every little action is a big deal. It's a big mountain to climb. It reminded me a lot of A Man Escapes, where you see all those actions in that film where he's trying to, escape.
Yeah, this movie gets like the details right. It's just all about the tiny little
Things.
yeah, and the tiny little wins, that he gets and the losses. His wins are small, his losses are huge.
Yes.
Devastating, yeah.
What did she say about the penguin? The penguin always.
Faces due south. Well, funny enough, the person or who almost played James Caan's character, Paul, was actually Warren Beatty, and he came in a couple months before shooting, and he helped rewrite the script. And Warren Beatty told Rob Reiner that you're looking at this film wrong. It shouldn't be like a horror. It shouldn't even be a thriller. It should be a prison escape film.
Yes.
So he's like, focus on that. Like, this is really about this guy who's stuck in this horrible situation and how he can get out of it. And they rewrote it a lot, and then eventually Warren Beatty was just like, I don't really want to do it anymore. He just backed out, and he was like, but he recommended James Caan. He was like, ask James. He'll probably do it. And he did, thankfully. So
You could see that he brought a lot of this performance into Elf when he played that.
yeah, absolutely. Dude, no joke. There's a lot of his reactions, which are kind of similar, which are, he's like,
What if in Elf he had like Buddy the Elf had just locked James Caan in like a building and like, you're my dad.
just forced him to eat spaghetti with syrup and just like, yeah, right, don't you eat it. Hey, you, fuck, what does he say? You, goofy, but what the fuck would she says it a lot.
You dirty bird.
Yeah, you dirty birdie.
You cock-a-doodie.
The man didn't get out of the car.
So yeah, initial impressions. Is this your first time watching it, Miles?
Yes. As you know, I'm not a big fan of Stephen King adaptations.
As you know, I don't like anything.
Yes. Yeah. But in terms of Stephen King adaptations, I think that this is definitely top tier.
Okay.
I mean, it's a good movie, and like the stuff that you were saying about, hey, it's more of a prison escape movie. Yeah, I believe that, and I think that the horror of it comes more naturally, and it doesn't feel forced. It just, feels like, okay, yeah, there's this psycho person, and we see these people all the time now. Like,
Yeah.
It was, I guess it was more novel back in like the 90s, but super fans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's so much more prevalent today,
I was thinking
especially with
about
like the
that.
internet.
Yeah.
And it just kind of hits different because it's like, it doesn't feel like exaggerated or anything. It's like, dude, like this could happen if you wound up in the wrong place.
Absolutely.
Eminem wrote a song about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I was gonna get into that too, but I guess we could just talk about the themes where a lot of it is orbiting around fandom and how much like they can have a say or kind of a control over like an artist at times. And I think nowadays? Like, do you think this movie, like as you already said, is like more relevant today than even
ever.
it was then?
I don't think it's necessarily more relevant, but I think that it's more, I don't know, more realistic nowadays.
It's relevant in a way that I think Stephen King couldn't have predicted it being.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
No, I
What-
get that. Yeah.
What parasocial relationship, is that the right term?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
people that become obsessed with artists or creators,
Or even just
streamers.
fandoms
or even just
generally.
streamers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like obviously that's something that's more prevalent today because of, like you said, the internet and just the access to
Like,
everything.
You
and
can
everyone
message
we have.
Stephen King pretty much directly if you want to
Yeah.
on
Oh,
like
yeah.
Twitter.
and he'll probably respond actually.
And you can,
Yeah,
you
he's,
can buy
he's very
used,
active
very
on Twitter.
active.
no, you can buy used bathwater from your favorite streamer on the internet
Can
nowadays.
you buy Stephen King's used bathwater though?
I don't know. I'm sure if
you
you
try
offered
hard
him
enough.
enough money, he would sell it to you.
That's what I want to know.
He'd sell it to you for $1, right? That's what he sells everything for.
That's what he sells short film or book rights for short films.
So like one of the things that I think probably one of the most overt themes is obviously, like we're saying, the connection to fandom. But I think there's the idea that Stephen King, why did he write Misery, right? So some people have said that it relates to his drug and alcohol abuse, which I think, well, he said that, right?
He said that he kept it secret for like 2 decades, and so I think only relatively recently he came out and said it was about his struggles with addiction, basically, and she is a representation of his addiction.
Harrowing.
Like she seems nice and like cozy and
Yeah.
helpful, but at the end of the day, she's killing him. You know?
Yeah. And he has to confront it directly and while he's writing, and him isolating himself.
And not to get too much into the ending, but he does say at the end that you could read it as though like he's manipulating her, but he basically says he tells her he loves her, you know.
Yeah.
But it's
But does she make him into a better writer? The
he's-
ending would
he's
suggest
creative.
so. The ending would suggest that.
Well, doesn't he said something along the lines of like it helped him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in a way, she helped him, which I think you can kind of say, like, because I know Stephen King also mentioned that about just specifically his writing process, about how like horror was really kind of like boxed around him, or he did it. Of course, he made a lot of horror films, but then he felt very like stuck in the genre for a while. Everyone's like, "Well, you're a horror writer, and that's kind of just what you do." And he didn't like that, and it's understandable. A lot of creatives go through that where they just want to break out of it. You can say even Rob Reiner's doing that by like going outside of his preferred genre.
oh yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. How do you think fandom really kind of pushes people or creatives into that? Do you think it's like they have a sense of entitlement or like I don't know, like to an artist and their work? So they say like, well, we made you into whatever you are today, so we kind of expect you to perform a certain way or something. I don't know, to a certain level at least.
I'm going to say yes for sure. You can see this with a couple pretty famous authors right now. One of those, probably the most prominent, has to be George R.R. Martin,
Yeah.
right? Where, he takes forever to write his books. That's fine.
Yeah.
But he also wants to work on these side projects. But every time he announces like a side project that he's working on, people get up in arms. They're like,
just
no,
finish the
finish
main books."
Yeah, finish the
Yeah.
main books. Right. And I understand their perspective because a lot of people have committed so much time. I mean, it's in total, I think like if you just listen to the audiobooks, it's like 300 hours
Yeah.
so far, and they just want resolution, right?
Yeah.
If you watch the TV show, a lot of people were disappointed by the last season.
Yeah, because it
I've
sucked.
I've grown to appreciate it over time.
No. No.
I'm no longer as disappointed with it, but
I don't know if I can say that.
Jesus. This is the guy who doesn't like The Shining.
But it's one of those things where I understand from the fans' perspective. It's like, hey, they want resolution, they want it to be finished, but also it sucks for the author because they can't try new things. And then you also have this happening with my favorite author, Brandon Sanderson. I don't know why
sure?
you call him Bryan Sanderson.
Does he have like an evil twin?
Maybe, maybe that's why Blake doesn't like his books. He's only been reading Bryan Sanderson novels. You know, he has a lot of different things that he does, but the stuff that he gets the most respect for is all in his main Cosmere universe. The stuff outside of that, it's people are a little bit wishy-washy on it unless they're like major fans.
I feel the opposite way, to be honest, where I don't think people should necessarily get a say in like what an artist wants to produce.
I don't think so either.
And I'm gonna go at it more from like a music standpoint. I always think about like bands, how like everyone always likes the band's first album, right? Like let's say a band blows up and people really like it. The second album, if it's something different, people are going to complain and say, oh, this doesn't sound anything like it. And if it's the same thing, people complain, oh, it's just the same thing. It's like, oh, you should do this, you should do that. It's like, I would rather just the band release whatever album they want to release. And that goes for, movies too. Like a lot of filmmakers, I think, get that flack sometimes when they try and branch off and do something completely different. They might get criticisms of like, oh,
no,
well,
you're a sci-fi guy.
yeah, and it's like,
yeah.
like look at Stanley Kubrick, right? He did like every major genre, and that's kind of what makes
Yeah.
his filmography stand out so well. Is that he made like a 10 out of 10 in like every genre, and I think that's really cool. So I don't think fans should necessarily be taken account for when like creating something, because I think it just like because then you also get into like pandering territory where it just gets bad.
Yeah.
That's how you get like the.
Star Wars.
That's how you get. Yeah, that's how you get like in Star Wars when like they're trying to please everyone and they end up just like pissing off everyone.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree.
See, but I think it's slightly different when it comes to serialized books or serialized novels, right? Where if you have a series and you say, okay, this is going to be a series that's going to be 7 books long, right? And then you put out 5 books and then you wait 14 years.
Yeah,
and
that's
there's
different.
still nothing there. I think that fans, demanding an answer to that, it does make sense to a certain.
I agree with that as well.
Respect.
But it's like, if you commit to something, then you should probably just
Exactly.
follow through on it.
And I mean, like, so that's where I see some of the issue. Now, with this situation with this situation in the movie, I don't think that she's necessarily justified in the demands that she makes.
You think so?
Really?
Which part do you draw the line at?
Well, the part where she demands that he rewrites the books, I think that's a little bit much.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of modern fucking fandoms online
That's-
are.
Oh,
about
I know,
movies,
but
though.
still.
Have
think
you met
her-
a Zack Snyder fan?
Dude.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Honestly, they could remake this and it could just be Zack Snyder getting kidnapped.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you imagine if like a Star Wars fan abducted Ryan Johnson? This is Luke Skywalker cannot die.
Yeah.
Like, this is exactly what would happen. Have you seen these people on Twitter? They're crazy, Miles.
They bully and like drive people off of social media.
Yeah,
they've tanked people's careers.
The actress that
crazy.
played Rose like got bullied off of Twitter.
Jake Lloyd is still dealing with it to this day. Really, it's crazy.
Multiple people, everyone in Star Wars, basically.
Well, okay. So how do you guys want to? Now we can circle back to the movie itself here. So going into the titular characters here. Tit characters. There's James Caan as Paul. What do you guys think of his performance? What do you think he brought to this movie?
He brings a good subtlety because he's it's one of those roles where he's playing both himself and a character, essentially. He's portraying, right? Because he's very smart, which is one of the things I liked about the writing behind his character. And he plays that well, where you can tell that he's kind of trying to like appease what's
Annie.
Annie. He's trying to appease Annie, and he like plays into a lot of what she kind of wants. So I think he does a pretty good job with that.
Yeah, it's very interesting to me because James Caan is kind of like, I know him best from like probably The Godfather.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Yeah.
he's done a lot of other stuff, but like in that one, he has such an explosive personality.
He's sunny, right?
Yeah, he's just like he's kind of all over the place, and in this, it's very like small reactions from him. It's a very like subdued performance, and I think he crushes it. Really, he does such a great job of like like trying to can't pander to her, trying to like appease her, just like let's go along with this, and then at the same time, like when he tries to stand his ground, and I don't know, it's interesting.
Yeah, he's playing. There is a certain point. I think it's where she's like feeding him the tomato soup, and she like criticizes his new book for the profanity.
Yeah.
That's where you could kind of see him like flip, like, okay, I'm not dealing with a rational person here. I need to be much more cautious with the things that I say and the things that I do. And that's also right after she leaves is when he gets out of bed for the first time. He's like, okay, I need to
Find a way
fucking
the fuck out of here.
like figure this out. Also, great like physical performance
Yes.
when he's like slamming his legs on the ground and like, oh man, I've done that before with a broken ankle, and it is so fucking painful. So I could like feel it. It hurts.
There's almost
very good.
There's almost like a level of body horror in this movie.
Yeah.
'Cause there's a lot of like physical, like pain stuff.
It's very like simple. It's not like Cronenberg
No,
or like
no,
The Fly, where it's like like grotesque. It is grotesque, but it's also very. It seems so real. It seems so practical. Like when she first pulls the sheets off and you see his legs and they're just bloated and bruised and veiny, and it's like and she's barely like kind of put them together, and she's like, yeah, I'm really proud of the way your legs turned out, and it's just like. It's just
They're
like it's
just
horrifying.
fucked up, yeah.
His feet are like swelled up, like
yeah,
the
they
whole
look all
movie.
fucked up.
So they're super sensitive. So it just shows you like in that image, because I think they only really focus on his legs, that one shot. Like obviously later when she does the sledgehammer bit, there's that, but like that's it. And with that, they kind of you implant that image in the viewer's mind, and then from then on, when he bumps his legs or when she like slams the thing on him, it's just like oof. You can just imagine everything else, which is I think how it's played so smartly. It's very subtle. Like it almost feels like this could have been like any kind of TV horror movie where it's just played on primetime, unedited. Like you know what I mean? Like they didn't have to cut for any of like the gore or anything, and it would still be just as effective. Like you know what I mean? Like
It's just very well. They make you aware of his ailment early on, and it haunts the rest of the movie.
Which is different from the book, because apparently in the book it's much more gory. Like instead of like hobbling him by breaking his ankles, she cuts off his foot with an axe and like cauterizes the wound. It's like super detailed. And like when she kills the sheriff, she doesn't just like shoot him. She like runs him over with like a lawnmower and like just cuts him up. And like it's really gory.
I think that the film being more subdued did work in its favor.
For
though,
sure.
right? Because it felt like, we were talking about his performance where he seemed very subdued, but that was all the characters in this film. And a lot of the plot that was happening, except when Kathy Bates does go off the rails. And I think that really like amplified her performance to a certain extent, where it's like, okay, she was, everybody's going 0. And then she can just jump to 60 like nothing. Yeah. And it was great.
And Kathy Bates stole the whole movie for me.
She's incredible. She won an Oscar for it.
Yeah, she deserved it. Yeah. She's terrifying.
She was only the third actor to win an Oscar for a horror film up to that point too.
Who were the first two?
The first I remember the first. the last one, the one previous to her was 22 years earlier, which was Ruth Gordon, best supporting role in Rosemary's Baby. She was the neighbor.
Oh yeah, she definitely deserved that.
Yeah,
too.
She was great. So it had been like over 22 years, and like she told, or I guess Rob Reiner told her like, don't expect an Oscar. Like I can hear that there's some people campaigning, but like don't. It's not going to happen. Like it's a horror movie that's not going to happen. And it's only happened 3 other times, which was actually
the next year.
The next year, yeah, it was both
Anthony
Hopkins, and Jodie Foster, and then there's
both
another
win?
one.
Yeah.
Oh, Natalie Portman for Black Swan, and that's it. That's the last person. So it's again, they don't usually give it to horror films. So it was just
because
like,
most horror films aren't very good.
Okay.
Yeah. But Kathy Bates crushed it. I think she did.
Crushed it.
She did, yeah.
With a sledgehammer, maybe.
Exactly. It was great performance from her, honestly. All around. She has such like a vulnerability too that I think is really important to Annie. Like where it's like you do sympathize with her for like a minute, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, like her backstory, she's like, oh yeah, my ex-husband and stuff like that. And
well, I hadn't seen this movie in a long time either, so I was like I thought that I forgot that she was like a former nurse who like killed babies. and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
So like,
I got that as well.
So I thought she had just killed her husband, and like that was the reveal that like she's like, oh, she killed her husband, and that was it. So when he's going through it and he's like finding all the other shit, I was like, oh crap. I was like with him a bit. I was like, damn, she's way worse than I remembered even. But like I don't know. I guess you can assume that she probably killed her husband, right? That like there's
Probably.
no way that
Yeah.
guy was just like, I'm out of here, just left. Like unless he drugged her too. Which sorry, I know we're kind of all over the place, but I do want to talk about like
This is still much better than last time.
the wins and losses. Him like slowly gathering the drugs, the pain meds, which I think if you also think about it, must have been so much like physically excruciating too, because he's just tanking all that pain. He's just like not taking the drugs for it.
Yeah.
And then her just spilling the wine was just like the most like just gut wrenching thing.
And the way he has to just like keep it together and be like, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's just, be like, it's probably seething inside. He can't do anything about it. It's good.
She put spam in her meatloaf.
She did.
That's bizarre.
It was
That's
rough.
the most bizarre thing she does in the movie.
I agree.
She has an adorable pig.
She does.
Yes.
Name Misery.
I thought the pig was going to have a bigger role.
Honestly, the pig scene was like where I really started like getting very creepy vibes from her. Like,
Yeah, she's running around like winking at him. Like,
She was like, I think in the book she threatens to like feed him to the pig or something, or she feeds the officer to the pig. I forget. But yeah, in the book it's obviously much more graphic
up.
and messed up.
I did not realize they were going to say the word misery so much in this movie. Well, because I didn't really know much about. I knew that he was an author. I knew it was something about she wants him to write a book.
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize he wrote a book or a series of books called Misery, and she was like obsessed with that. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, they say the word misery like 100 times in this movie.
I like how the books though are just like these kind of cheesy romance like period piece novels. It's like if they got the guy who did like Bridgerton or something. It's just like that's who they're so obsessed over. And I like the sheriff. The sheriff was great, a side character, very well rounded.
yeah, him and his wife were awesome.
Yeah.
She's a widow now.
She's they're just like their banter was always nice. It added, like which is a complete addition from the book, because in the book it's just from the perspective of inside the house. So this is like we actually get to see more of the character. It adds that like investigation, like detective.
It has
element
that,
to it.
and it's funny you say it's not from the book because it has that very Stephen King small town kind of feel.
Oh yeah.
I think that it also made the world feel bigger. You know, if it was just all inside the house, it would feel very stage play, very.
Well, it does feel very stage play. to be
I mean,
honest.
but not quite as much when you do have exterior characters
don't
and
think
like
that's a
you see
bad
the
thing.
perspective of what's going on outside. So I think that it was a good addition.
It does add. It kind of adds like a bit of like a ticking clock thing. Like you feel like he's coming at some point. Like he's probably gonna end up at this house, but when? And it's like you just don't know what's gonna be the thing that finally comes in, and you expect him to like save him or at least lead to her being saved. But yeah, it's just
Yeah, and also like it makes you care for him because he's a good character. What's his name? Buster.
yeah, Buster.
He's a good character, and I liked him throughout. And so like when he gets shot, it made me a little sad.
yeah. It's
you
like
know.
oh man, I like that he was reading the books and getting like starting to become invested in them. He's like, oh,
He's like taking notes and shit.
it's like, maybe
But that's
I'll-
awesome. I loved how he figured out that it was her.
Because she
You
uses
know.
a phrase from the book.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
she was a little bit too much of a fan, to be honest, though.
You think?
It's well, I mean, like, I'm not talking about her actions. I'm just talking about like the amount of shit she knew about him was pretty creepy.
Yeah.
This was before Wikipedia.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like, did she like call up like
She would've
his
loved
agent and
Tumblr.
publicist? Was she like stalking him the whole time?
It's possible.
Also, did she cause
the car
the
accident.
car accident? Like,
I think that was just a lucky
or
coincidence. For her.
was it? Or
She was following him, so it's I don't know how she would have. I guess. I mean, maybe she like laid like a spike strip or something.
I don't know, but like I wouldn't have put it past her. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It seems too risky just because it was in the middle of a snowstorm. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, sledgehammer scene.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, outstanding
Brutal.
moments in the movie that really stood out to you. Favorite moments.
Yep.
I mean, it was definitely that scene in particular. Like, I remember as a kid before I even watched it, like my parents would talk about it and be like, "Yeah, that sledgehammer scene." Like and so when I finally watched it, I was yeah, it lives up to it. It's fucked up. It hurts to watch. And they show it. They cut it.
Yeah.
They cut away for the second one, but they show you the first one, and it looks awful.
Gnarly.
It's very brutal. It's even like we could talk about the end fight scene between them, but that's also just like
I did not expect it to get as violent as it got in the end.
It's very physical.
very,
he's like pounding her head on the
Beating
ground.
the
Just
fuck out of her with the typewriter.
yeah.
Like I don't know why. I just did not expect it to get to that level.
Well, I think yeah.
It's good. I liked it. I was just like, oh, more than I thought was going to happen.
I think it's like you said though, right? It's because the rest of the movie does keep it down. Like, in terms you don't really see a lot of that much violence. So when it does spike, you feel it that much more. The contrast is there. It's one of the best parts of a lot of the pacing of the movie too, because it keeps you intrigued the whole time because there is a lot going on between the bigger moments where it's like you see him building more. He's like sneaking out, figuring out tiny things and slowly kind of piecing together who this woman is and how he could possibly get away. But then, yeah, it's punctuated by these nice little set pieces that are intense, to say the least. Yeah.
it just like it builds up,
Yeah.
everything builds up and then it explodes.
But also you don't get overwhelmed by constant action or constant stuff happening, right? You got a nice kind of even, gentle, slow burn. Like this movie, as horrific as it is, like some of these scenes, it feels almost gentle and kind of relaxing, and it lulls you into this sense of security.
It does
And
have
then
like
Well, that's because it's got the cozy atmosphere.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is one of the before the pod, you were saying it's clearly got some influences from Alfred Hitchcock.
oh yeah,
That's part of it, right? The
I
blocking.
can see that.
Rob Reiner, who, like we said, hadn't done thrillers to this point. He studied a lot of Hitchcock leading up to this. He wanted to try and figure out how to just make a thriller because he didn't know how to do it. And there's a lot of Hitchcock stuff elements in there.
With the very the atmosphere reminds me because it's that very old school kind of look, and with the blocking. But because of that, you have this really cozy atmosphere where it's snowing out. It's like snowing, but it's not blizzardy, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of movies where I think they would do the Foley very harsh, and you would hear shh.
Yeah.
And a lot of snowy, but instead it's more cozy. It's
It's inside. You hear the clock ticking a
yeah,
little bit.
it feels like a warm kind of this is where you'd want to spend your winter. And I think
They're
that's
wearing flannels.
that's a good direct contrast to the actual situation he's in.
Yeah.
So it's a good little contrast there.
It's why is he complaining? He's getting bed and breakfast. You know?
He's, the omelet or whatever she makes him looks really good.
One of my favorite underrated moments was when she's sitting there talking to him about, I don't remember what exactly, and he's kind of looks uncomfortable, and then he's like, okay, all done, and he pulls out, he's been peeing in that cup thing the whole time while they were talking, and then she's like, oh yeah, and then she's keeps talking to him while she's shaking the bottle in her hand, and it's just what the fuck, and he's just clearly can you please just give me a second here. And I think that's before it's really revealed how
Crazy
sinister she is. Yeah. But just little moments like that really built up the weirdness where it's this is an uncomfortable situation. And then it builds to just being a horrifying situation.
So who would you guys say is the main character of this film?
Definitely him.
James
He's-
Caan, he's the protagonist.
But he might be the protagonist, but I feel like he's kind of... you know what? I'm not even sure if he is a protagonist.
Well-
He feels more like an observer, right, throughout the film.
I mean,
and it's more about her
he is-
story to a certain extent, and her, mental downfall and the lengths that she goes to. And he's kind of just caught up in all this.
Well, he's,
But you're rooting for him. You're
Well,
rooting for him
you
to
are,
win.
but I mean, just because he's the good guy, or better guy, I guess, than her.
well,
I think he's definitely better than her.
Yeah. It doesn't mean that he's the main character
he's
necessarily.
definitely the main character because it's very much I guess you could maybe argue it's kind of like
There's like co-leads.
He's kind of like the character insert, but even then, not really, because his job is was very much why he's there. Like he has to write the book she wants. So he's very clearly the main character. I mean, I think this is one of those 50-50 instances though, where both are pretty much just as important as each other, which is a thing.
Yeah.
But like I would say he's definitely the protagonist.
I can see what you're saying, that like he is reactive like through the majority of the movie. And apparently that was like one of the deterrents for a lot of actors. Like everyone from Robert De Niro, Robert Redford, all the Roberts. They apparently they really wanted them to be in this movie, but they just chose not to be. And a lot of them seemed to not like it because they felt it was emasculating. They were like, this guy's a wimp. Like someone, I forget what actor said that turned it down.
Was it
like,
Dustin
hell no
from
way.
Love? This guy can't protect you, Mickey. He's a wimp.
Exactly. Like, and which I kind of get, I guess, but especially for, I imagine, like, male leads of that age bracket at the time, they're probably like, hell no, man. This guy should just be like, fucking, just knock her out or whatever.
No arm, with no legs.
Yeah. And it's like, but thankfully James Caan, I think, saw what was the potential. Yeah, here. And it is a subdued reaction, but like, it's also, I think he does show a lot of mental fortitude and stuff.
Yes.
The fact that he's willing to think this through and be smart and like tactical and be like, okay. And then he eventually can kind of overpower her, but it's because he just
thought a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of thinking on his part.
You see him like training. He's like lifting the.
I love
the
that little
typewriter.
sequence. How would Gus from Love have navigated himself out of this? What if someone like wanted him to rewrite like the finale of Wichita or something? How would Gus have gotten out of this?
He
Gus
probably
would've
would have
died.
just like
He would've
gone
died.
and hung out with their parents.
Yeah. Yeah. They would probably have ended up hooking up because Gus just hooks up with everybody.
Yeah. Somehow.
And then annoyed her where she would have kicked him out and be like, this is actually too much for me. Actually, can
You're
you go?
fake nice.
Yeah. You're mean.
Gus like, oh, well, like when you were there with the pee, and I was just trying to pee, and like, I thought maybe
You
we
were
had to
swishing it
find
around,
this.
and I just thought you were gonna
I
spill
was
it.
like,
Feels like you
it's
just
okay.
spilled
Like, it's okay. But like, I was just thinking, like, what if like a little bit of it gets on me?
Yeah, it's paper. It's all right, but like it kind of smudges.
That
a
would
bit,
be what-
like it's just I appreciate it. I know it's acting a lot.
I love when she reacts to the paper. By the way,
So you really want me? I can bring you the whole store for you.
you need anything else while I'm out there? I just want you to start appreciating me.
Yeah, she's got real nice guy vibes.
Yeah, she's the Gus. How would Dr.
would've-
Greg?
Exactly. How I feel like Dr. Greg would have loved it
Oh,
for like
yeah.
like the first like couple days. It would have probably taken him a couple months to realize she was crazy. Like
But,
he would just
but
been
even then, I think that he would have like started having fun with it. He would have been like, "Oh, I get to look at this like crazy batshit person. It's great."
He would just be like speaking into a microphone that's not there. Speaking.
yeah. If you want to know what we're talking about, listen to our love episode.
Catch up. Nobody watched our second one.
Yeah, it got like less than 10 views.
I think it's because
Really?
we uploaded
Yeah.
it on Friday.
Oh,
Well, I guess we'll see. When do you guys want to listen to our episodes? Let us know in the comments below.
if there's a best day for you, we are open to suggestions.
All of this, I don't know. The audience probably doesn't care about this, but both times we've uploaded on Friday, it's done terrible. So I think we need to just like learn to not do that.
I think a lot of people upload on Friday.
I kind of saw it as like people are busy on Friday. They got their own things going on.
Yeah.
Because we also uploaded The Graduate on Friday, and I remember that didn't do very good.
Hey, Jason, which was your last pick? Was it The Kid Detective?
That was
that it?
Miles.
That was me.
That was Miles. Oh, was it 8th grade then?
No, that was,
That was
Miles.
Miles.
Wait, how did Miles get 2 in a row here?
Wait, how did I get 2 in a what?
Because it was 8th grade, Mr. Nobody.
Panic Room was my last fucking pick, dude.
Oh, but Panic Room was before 8th grade. That's weird. We must have
Wait.
been. That must have been like a release schedule
Was
thing.
Panic Room me?
Yeah, Panic Room was
Okay.
you for sure.
Wait, how did I get 2 in a row?
No, you got no. It was like Panic Room, which was Jason. Then 8th grade was you.
Yeah.
Then Mr. Nobody was Blake. Then Easter Promises was me. And then we did Kid Detective.
Oh, you know what? It's because I missed Eastern Promises. I don't think I'm on that
Oh.
one. I don't remember why,
Interesting.
but I wasn't on
The
You
plot
hate
thickens.
Russian people.
it. I really like that movie. I wanted to be on it.
That's a great one. Okay. Sorry, sidetrack. All right.
No,
Well,
the audience loves hearing about things that don't directly entertain them. It's fine.
yeah,
They
absolutely.
love it.
They love to hear our backstage banter here. That's what we got. Okay. Do you guys want to? What more would you guys like to discuss here, or do you want to wrap it up?
I feel like we've discussed a lot about the movie. It's definitely worth a watch.
Yeah.
I would say go watch it. I hadn't seen it before because of my disdain for Stephen King adaptations.
Is
But
this a horror movie, Mouse?
It's a.
no, it's a Prison Break movie.
Ah.
We said that at the beginning.
Thanks, Warren Beatty.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I agree. I think it's a great one. I think it's a. I would watch it in autumn. It feels more like it's one of those winter horror films. I really-
Yeah, I thought that as well.
it's up there with like The Shining, 30 Days a Night. I don't know, but like it's a good time. Either way, I think Kathy Bates crushes it. James Caan, fantastic as well. Yeah, overall, really good. Highly recommend.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously picked it for a reason. I really like this movie. I think it's as fucked up as it is. I think it's also just a fun movie to watch.
Oh,
in a
it
lot
is
of
for
ways.
sure.
And that has to do with Kathy Bates. Like I laugh a lot while I watch this movie.
Yeah.
I did.
She does
too.
bring a
despite
little
how
campiness to it.
Yeah, despite how disturbing it is, it's fun. Like
It is a fun movie.
she's so fucking funny, and she's just really good. I think like whether you like horror movies or not, or if you even consider it a horror movie, I think it's worth the watch just for her performance in particular. I think it's great.
Yeah, because she's less like cold, calculating, killer that you see in a lot of these movies, and more
It's-
kind of just like a manic, crazy person where it's like, oh shit, this
She's
is not a
like
good situation.
Definition like manic depressive kind of.
Yeah,
person.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny enough that like the following year though it was Hannibal Lecter that won for his villain performance, and
The
he is the
cold,
complete
collected.
opposite of her, where he is the absolute cold, collected, calculating kind of villain.
Like genius kind of.
Yeah, she's really good. We should do Silence. Nah, everyone's fucking talked about Silence of the Lambs. I
Yeah.
can't talk
It's a
about
great movie though.
it. We should just watch it and talk about it just
Silence
between
of
us.
the Lambs, a horror movie.
Well,
Miles.
we could watch what is it, Red Dragon?
Yeah, Red Dragon.
Red Dragon's not as good.
It's not as good, not at
Well,
all. But
you know-
it's a good. It's fun.
What could be interesting. So Red Dragon isn't that good, but it could be kind of
Oh,
interesting.
Manhunter?
Yeah, I was gonna say we could do a double feature where we talk about Red Dragon and Manhunter, and I think Manhunter's actually the.
I haven't
better
seen that
movie,
one.
To be
It's
honest,
the Michael Mann, I think.
yeah,
correct?
Michael Mann.
Yeah.
Very, very style. It's basically just Red Dragon if it was like hyper stylized.
I think that's probably
Better.
better because Red Dragon kind of I
It's
think they're
very
just trying to
flat.
fit it into the. Obviously, it's supposed to be the prequel to Silence of the Lambs because it is, but like stylistically, they really kind of are like we're just not going to diverge from.
Well,
that.
and like it just ended up looking really flat because of that. Like
Yeah.
it's just not very memorable visually. Like Anthony Hopkins was good in it, but even then, it's like you feel like you're kind of forcing
like
that.
Edward Norton's is
character.
good, but he doesn't have that like kind of pop that like Jodie Foster had. Where it's
Yeah.
like there's that like the vulnerability and like I don't know, like she's so good in that movie.
Was that before or after Hannibal?
Before.
What, Red Dragon?
Yeah, I'm pretty
no,
sure.
it was
right?
after.
It was after, really?
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
the last
shit.
one they made
Yeah.
of that. I guess that trilogy.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Let me double.
Because then there was there's Hannibal Rising. I
That's
think was,
unrelated.
yeah, that was like the prequel
Isn't
one.
that
Where
like,
it's
isn't
like
that
young.
like a slasher film?
Yeah, I don't know.
I've never
I
seen
didn't
it. Maybe I'll
bother.
watch that.
I remember thinking it looked trippy back in the day. I was like, ooh, maybe we should watch it. And I just didn't. 'Cause-
Maybe I'll check it out. For good or better or for worse, you never know.
yeah, could be worth it.
Do you guys want to get into what we've been watching?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hannibal
Sure.
was 2001 and Red Dragon was 2002.
Oh,
Smart man.
Hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, the three of us minus Ron watched Halloween 2
what?
Friday.
I saw some of it.
You came in at like the 10-minute mark. You basically watched most of the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a bad movie, but I really like it. That's my entire opinion of
I don't think it's a bad movie. I think it's doing exactly what it wants to do.
what nothing. It doesn't. That's the problem. Is it really doesn't have that much of a plot. Like it's kind of just they're at a hospital and occasionally Michael Myers will kill someone. I think
Yeah.
it's very fun.
Yeah.
Dr. Loomis is by far like the best part because he's just very unhinged. They say that
They're black.
They say John Carpenter wrote it like
Hollow
over
eyes.
like in one night while drunk, and it shows because there's like 3 scenes where Dr. Loomis has like basically the same monologue where he's like, the hospital, they didn't know what to do with him. They didn't understand him. Like there's like 3 monologues
evil.
in the.
He didn't speak.
Yes, no, yeah,
He didn't even move.
But
We have to get out of Oldfield.
the funniest part is the way he says that he didn't even move. Like he says it so like without like he doesn't even care what he's saying. Didn't you say it seemed like he was drunk?
Yeah, I feel like that actor was drunk.
Donald Pleasanton? Is that
I
his
don't
name?
know his
Pleasance?
name.
Donald Pleasance.
But
Donald
yeah,
Pleasance.
he felt very drunk. In my opinion, there's only one reason to watch this movie, and it's when they accidentally kill that kid.
Oh yeah, when Dr. Loomis murders a teenager.
And the like suffers no consequences. Doesn't even give a shit.
Oh, I
They
like
just
it.
like drive away.
Well, no, he's like when he realizes it's not Michael Myers, he almost has this look, and he's like, "Damn, Michael's still up there." Like, I don't know. I think it's a very fun movie. It has very fun like slasher movie kills in it too.
Yeah.
And the music's still good. And I will say,
Is that the one where he like puts the lady's head like?
yeah, and
Yeah,
the scalding
in the
hot water.
Yeah.
hot tub.
The soundtrack's still really good, and while it is kind of imitation of the first movie, the director, because it's not John Carpenter, does like a pretty good job of trying to like keep that kind of voyeuristic look.
It still looks good. It doesn't look good as
It's
the
not
first
as good as the
one.
first, but it still
it
does,
looks good.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I've been watching so many horror films these past like month and a half, really, like even leading up to it. I'm not even sure which one I want to talk about, but I'll list them out a bit. Like, okay, so I watched Dog Soldiers. I watched that for the first time, that British like werewolf movie, which was pretty awesome. I get why people liked it. It's not my favorite werewolf movie, but it's cool. Return of the Living Dead, great. Death Becomes Her.
Wait, is Return of the Living Dead? Is that the one with the punks?
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that one's really good. That was almost going to be my choice. I was really debating between that one
We haven't gotten to your
or
choice yet.
my
We haven't gotten to
choice,
yours
but
yet.
I didn't
It's
get
not-
to it
it's
yet.
not-
He said it was almost going to be.
Death Becomes Her. It's another one I watched for the first time, which was also really freaking good. The practical effects in that are so fun, and the wardrobe is actually like awesome. Everyone crushes it. Recently last night I watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the 92 movie, which was also very fun.
Oh yeah, I love that movie. I watched that a lot as a kid.
It was great. I've only ever seen like, the show, like stuff from the show, so I never actually saw the movie itself. And yeah, I'm like, oh, this is like, I see why this like spawned a franchise. Like,
Yeah,
it's so
it's
much fun going
They're
on.
rebooting that show. I think I mentioned that on the podcast. They're rebooting the show with Sarah Michelle Gellar. So I'm pretty excited.
And Sleepaway Camp, which I'd never seen before either, and I'm very happy that I got to watch that movie. I understand it's one of those cult classic slashers, and at first I was like, I don't exactly see why, but by the end I was like, okay, I get it. I get why this movie became like a staple for those 80s slashers. So yeah, there's a lot of good ones in there. I'd recommend pretty much all the ones I've said.
Yeah, I'm watching that new football show on Hulu.
Varsity Blues.
No, it's
Friday Night Lights.
no. There's like 2 episodes so far. I forget what it's called. It's about a
Blue
guy.
Mountain State.
Dude, that show's fucking
Blue
awesome.
Mountain State's hilarious. I watched that a while back. No, it's about a guy.
You're just watching Sunday Night Football.
No, this one's
So many spin-offs.
this is about a guy who got canceled. He was like a football player
Is it
in
Chad
college.
Powers?
Chad Powers, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And he like got canceled. So then he goes and like puts on prosthetics to go try out for a team, to go play football again, to prove that like he's still got it in him. He can still play football.
I thought that was a movie for some reason this whole time. I didn't even know it was a show.
Yeah, it's a show apparently. I was like, okay, fine, I'll watch this.
Is it good?
You know what? He's the worst part of the film or of the show.
Glenn Powell, I think.
Yeah, the side characters are all great, but when he's playing Chad Powers, it might just because it's like the early episodes, they're making him like seem like a fucking doofus. Like it's really bad and it's kind of annoying, but I like all the side characters. Overall, it's a show I'm probably going to continue watching until I just get absolutely like annoyed with it. But yeah.
Another random one. I saw the Demon Slayer movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, how is it? Is it worth watching?
Honestly, it was pretty awesome. The animation was insane. The only thing which everyone's made the same complaint apparently, but it's the pacing. But it's like not really that surprising because it's like it's clearly meant to be like they're going with the manga and like it looks like and it feels like it's basically just like 5 episodes of an anime that are squished into a movie. But so it's like, you know, every fight feels like now we start this one and then this goes on and then okay, now we go to the next one. It's like so it doesn't really it lacked like that kind of seamless like, you know, like rhythm I guess of a movie, and it felt like you're just kind of watching a show, which is
that's how
that
all
bad,
the
you know?
Demon Slayer movies have been.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
Except maybe like Mugen Train, I guess, but like
I mean, but even so, a little bit with Mugen Train. But I don't know. I watch the episode versions of those usually instead of the movie versions, just because I like them better that way.
yeah, I don't think you're missing much, but if you can watch it in a movie theater, I would recommend it just because
Is it worth it?
The movie theater experience is pretty awesome because there's so much like the music and everything just like there's a lot
So
going on.
here's a question: if you think it's too many spoilers, don't answer.
Okay.
Does it wrap up the show?
No, not at all.
Okay.
There's 2 more movies coming. So it does.
Oh, I see. I thought that this was like the final like
No.
finale movie because where it left off in the show, like before this, it was like, dude, like this is like the climax of everything going on.
You guys talking
No,
about the
right.
vending machine show?
Let me say, Blake, what are your thoughts on Demon Slayer?
I like the vending machine fight scene at the end. Is that the ant show?
That's a reference to the last show. No.
It's not the Ant Show, Blake. For any of you who don't know, the Ant Show is what Blake calls Hunter x Hunter, which should be getting a new season soon.
No. What?
Yeah. No, they've written far enough that they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna do a new season. I mean, when I say
see.
soon, it's probably gonna be like 2 years. But
For lucky.
Yeah.
I doubt it. I don't know.
Jason, I also wanted to talk about that other movie we watched
Creep.
because
Which
I kind
is
of wanted to
similar.
directly
It's very similar to
contrast
Misery.
it
Yeah.
to Misery. I think this movie's overrated. People really like it, and I think there's good things in it, but
The problem with Creep is I mean it's similar. The main villain is
like an obsessive person.
he's obsessive, but also I really like his fucking performance.
Oh,
I
he's
think he's
fantastic.
great. But the problem is, and here's why Misery is great and why Creep kind of sucks, is the victim is unbelievably stupid. in
Yes,
Creep.
he makes like I hate to default to the most cliche criticism of horror movies, but I spent the whole movie going, "What the fuck are you doing? Why would you do that? Like that's the dumbest thing you could have done." Like every single turn, he makes the wrong choice, and when you contrast that with Misery, kind of the horror in Misery is he makes the right choices almost every time, but a lot of the time it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
So in this movie, I just get angry or I get like frustrated because I'm like, it's just like this would never happen to me because I'm not that.
I would have been
stupid.
out in 2 minutes.
Yes, I wouldn't even made it to tubby time.
Yeah.
4 minutes into the movie, he's having him film him in a bathtub, and he's going like, and like squirting water on his like cock, and it's just like, and I'm like, bro, the plot is that he's like a videographer, and this guy hires him to document him for his like, son because he's allegedly dying.
He says he's dying of brain cancer, and he wants to like have someone videotape him for a day so that he could show his son who he was. He ends up being a
creep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spoiler: serial killer.
And there's
like
there's age play.
Um,
It's like, would you be a baby?
like, but really, like, there's like, because he had like the first thing he has him film is like, like when I was a little kid, what was really important to me was tubby time with my dad. I would be like, all right, I'm out of here, dude. Good luck.
No, like the first thing that happens is he walks in, he explains to him that he's dying, he explains why he wants to be videographed, and then like he immediately just sprints upstairs and starts taking off his clothes. And at that point, I'm like, okay, I'm out.
Jeez, it doesn't have that slow build. You know,
No.
like this.
And also, like, what makes Misery horrifying is the fact that he doesn't have control of his body, right?
Yeah.
He can't, like,
can't
there's a
leave.
reason why he is in the situation that he is in. In this, this guy has no fucking excuse.
It's like, bro, you just go home. And even when he goes home, he makes the spoilers for Creep. Every single decision he makes is like the worst one, and it just gets a little like tedious and annoying by the end.
It's almost like he wanted to die.
Really, it feels that way. What's his name? Mark Duplass.
Mark Duplass is very good.
He's very good. So the way that you could, but the way to fix it is either A, the main character makes better decisions, or B, Mark Duplass like eases into being like a crazy person. Because he's pretty like fucking crazy from like even just explaining what they're doing. So I don't know. It was entertaining, I guess, but I am very curious to watch the sequel.
Yeah, and they just released a show called The Creep Tapes.
The Creep.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's found.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen the poster for Creep for like the past decade, but I've never really had any interest in watching it.
It's one. I think Blake said this, but like a lot of people have said how good it is, and
It's a cult
on one
classic.
hand, I agree. There's a lot of really good shit in the movie.
Like, and for found footage, it's shot very well. I don't love found footage, to be honest, but it looks very good. Like a lot of the that's actually like that poster is just a still from the movie. And that's great. I like how like terrifying he looks, and it's communicating what it wants to do. It's the writing
Creates
is
a sense of dread.
Yeah, the writing is the problem with Creep.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
So maybe watch it if you care.
Like found footage.
I've actually watched a lot of movies, and that never happens. I never watch movies.
Oh my god.
I watched, but I just want to talk about. I watched All the President's Men.
You watched
very
all
good.
the presidents?
All of them. All of them.
Oh my God.
Every single one of them.
What did you watch them doing?
Tubby time.
No, but it was made in 1976, so 4 years after Watergate, and it's about the journalists who broke the
Watergate.
Oh,
the
yes.
scandal, starring Robert Redford and Dustin Hoffman.
R.I.p.
Who plays Richard Nixon?
So they just used footage of Nixon.
Oh.
Because it really is like about them, not about Watergate per se. It's about them unraveling the mystery of Watergate. It's very good. I liked it a lot. I've come to find that I really like investigative journalism movies. They're fun.
Like Spotlight.
Yeah, I like Spotlight.
Like Zodiac?
You like Zodiac. Also, we were just talking about, I watched The Ring last night.
The Ring.
Also
Ooh.
a investigative journalistic movie.
Yeah. The Ring is great.
It is.
The
Roy
Ring.
Verbinski.
The Ring was one of those movies that like it's like I don't know if you could like put on a scale of like what movies affected me the most, like had like a longest impact on me, I guess The Ring is up there because that movie just like it
Scared
scared
the shit out of me.
so much more than I think any movie ever has or ever will, because I was just like that perfect age for it, and it was just like holy shit.
I really liked its spiritual successor, Mouse Hunt.
Wasn't Mouse Hunt before, actually?
Was
No,
it?
it was
Oh,
before, yeah.
Oh, sorry, that joke didn't work. Then.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. God.
But no, The Ring is super good. I've never seen the original one.
Neither
like
have
the
I. I
Japanese
want
one.
to.
Yeah,
I want to.
because I've always heard that argument that people are like, "Well, you should watch the Japanese." So I'm like, I'll
I
watch
think
it.
I
eventually.
feel like it's up in the air as to which one's better. I feel like people.
yeah.
It's like The Departed.
It's not like
go
The
back and
Grudge
forth.
or something.
Yeah.
It's like The Departed and Infernal Affairs.
Yeah.
It's like they're both supposed to be really good.
where, yeah. They both
But the
have-
ring is
Ghost
awesome,
Girls.
dude. And I'd be curious. Blake, you've been saying you want to watch it.
I do.
I'd be curious how you would feel, because I feel like that's a movie you kind of had to watch at the time in order to love it. And maybe that's just because I was 10 years old, but like it really felt like it was a big shift. I was mentioning this earlier. It was a big shift in like horror. It like
Yeah.
set the tone for the 2010s.
It was the
and there were a lot
misery
of movies
of-
that came out like that tried to have that high concept like horror.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, not a whole lot of them lived up to The Ring. But
Oh no, yeah.
it's fun. It's a good movie.
It is very much of the time. It's a very 2002 movie.
Yeah.
Just from like like a lot of the tech and stuff they're using. But
I mean,
like
it's a
certain-
VHS tape, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like a lot of the just like the feel of it too just feels very like late 90s, early 2000s, whatever that is. I don't know. I think that's one of the things I love about horror films is usually how well they capture
The era.
the era that they're in. Yeah, and so I think that's cool. Like I was talking about that recently, where it's like I forget what movie I was watching. It was like an 80s slasher or something, and it's like you watch like the Scream movies, and it's like that's the 90s. And then you can watch like I think Talk to Me, which was kind of recently. It was a couple years ago, and that feels like such a 2020s style like horror film where it's like, yeah, this is of the time. The way these teenagers are acting and their obsession with the social
I
media
don't know if you
and the
count it
music.
as horror, but like bodies.
I've not
Same
seen that
thing.
one, but yeah, it's I don't know. It's one of the things that I always appreciate about the genre generally. Anyway,
I will
Before
say
Miles gets into something, I'm just kidding. I just saw how badly you looked like you wanted to speak. Go ahead.
I will say, I could see a VHS and an old CRT TV being haunted so much easier than I could see like a DVD being
Yeah.
haunted. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it just feels more like
it's because like
hauntable.
And
there's
it's
a
more like
piece of
tactile.
yeah.
yeah, there's a strip of film you can pull out, and you could even
And well,
like,
and
you
it's
know,
magnetic, you
Yeah.
know? So it's like
Haunted out.
yeah.
And they really get into like the like tapes in the movie. Like they go through like that. They're like, I don't know. They're just talking about like the serial numbers, and they really like explain to you how they work. I don't know. I think it's cool.
yeah. There's like the way that they, I guess, describe it. Not to spoil it too much. It's the
No
fucking
spoilers.
ring.
I've never seen it.
But it's just basically there's like an imprint of evil that's kind of like, and you can kind of get that more than if someone was like they imprinted their evil on this, I don't know, this
On
Chromecast.
HBO Max.
Yeah. And now if you stream on
yeah. You got
HBO
an
after
evil
midnight.
USB drive.
Yeah, exactly. It's like okay, I don't know. There's not that quite same feeling. It's a
Yeah. I don't know. I think it came out at the right time. Again, I fucking love that movie.
It's similar sense, like that kind of the one that didn't capture that same tone was like it's like White Noise was
Yeah.
similar to that, and there's another one too. I
That's
can't
with Kiefer Sutherland, right?
remember. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Which
My
is just
boy,
like
Jack Bauer.
not good. It's I remember watching that, thinking that it would give me that same feeling as, and it's just like nah, it just felt flat. It was boring. But I don't know. I haven't watched that movie in like 20 years either. So yeah.
Cool.
Does that conclude what everyone's been watching?
I think so.
We're ending it on White Noise.
Ron,
That's the title of an episode of
Death.com. That was the other one I was going to say.
Death.com.
Where they were like
Death.com.
trying to capture the technology and the time. They're
about-
like
what about
internet scary.
what about Unfriended?
That's-
Didn't we watch that, Jason? Didn't we watch that once?
I mean, I watched it when I worked at a movie theater. I watched it on shift.
Fear.com, sorry.
That movie
That's a better
sucks.
title than Death.
I watched the second one as well. The second.
I feel like I watched. I
Unfriended.
think I watched that with you, Jason.
Which one?
Maybe.
Like, well, I don't think we were
Unfriended.
really paying Unfriended. That's like the
Unfriended.
Skype, the haunted Skype call movie. I don't think we were like really paying attention. I think it was kind of just on, but I'm pretty sure that that event has transpired. Ron, it's your pick.
Oh, my
Yes.
pick.
Yeah.
My horror film. My pick for Spooky Spooktober.
Yes. What?
The Company
what?
of Wolves.
The
Is that a-
Company
is that
of
a
Wolves.
movie?
Yes, it is.
Is it about
Werewolves?
a company that's ran by literal wolves?
Exactly.
Or, you know?
The
Company of
1984 horror film, The Company of Wolves. I watched it for the first time last year. I basically just saw the poster and I was like, I want to see this. So I don't know, just look it up. Don't look up too much about it. Just if you want to watch it, it's available right now on I think Tubi, Plex, a lot of those kinds of.
I have to watch this with ads, Ron.
That-
No, I bought the Blu-ray.
okay.
It's actually right now it's on Amazon Prime. Oh, dude, which by the way,
Okay.
shout out to Amazon for having such a kick-ass selection of like horror films this season. Like if you're gonna watch horror films and you're like, which one do I go? To go to Amazon. There's just all of them are there. Just the good
Yeah,
ones.
except this Misery still cost me $6.99 on Amazon.
It's on HBO
It's
Max.
on HBO Max.
Yeah, but I can't use my HBO Max because
Why?
my sisters are watching baseball on it.
Kick them off of it.
Okay, so Company of Wolves. Go watch it if you can. It's on Amazon. It's on a bunch of other shit too.
That is a sick poster. Is
Yeah.
it this one you were talking about?
Yeah. So I was like, ooh.
Ooh, I do like that.
Very cool.
Well, Miles, we're halfway through your least favorite time of the year. So
Yeah, and we still haven't watched a horror movie yet.
Okay, The Boogans is a horror movie, dude.
It's a camp comedy.
Shut up.
Okay. Bye.
all right, we'll see you next week. Watch
Bye.
The Company of Wolves, and we will discuss it.
But
Bye.